Hi, everyone. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. My name is Rachel, and I'm on the client success team here at Early Learning Ventures. And today I'm joined by Lucy Soffer, who is the Vroom Partner Manager with Parent Possible in Colorado. Welcome back, Lucy. Thank you so much for joining us again today.
Yeah, thank you for having me back.
Yeah, it's been a long time. If anyone watched our episode in 2024, I'm glad that we get to do a refresh and kind of get to learn about what's new with you and with Vroom.
Perfect.
All right. And then thank you also to everyone who is watching and joining us today for this episode. If you have not heard of Early Learning Ventures before, we are a mission-driven nonprofit based out of Colorado with a focus on providing business solutions to help childcare businesses across the nation succeed. We provide software solutions and hands-on support to help streamline operations, reduce costs, and improve care. These What's Up Wednesday videos are just one of many resources that we offer. And I have links in the description of this video that will take you to our website where you can learn more about us and hopefully connect further. And there will also be links in the description of this video where you can learn more about Parent Possible and Vroom and connect with Lucy if you have any questions afterwards. All right. Can you start us off, Lucy, by telling us a bit about yourself? Just give us an introduction and tell us a bit about your role with Parent Possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely thank you for having me back. I can't believe it's been 2 years, Rachel. So I'm Lucy. As you said, I'm the Vroom Partner Manager and I work at a nonprofit. We're based here in Denver called Parent Possible. We work Colorado wide. And specifically in my role with Vroom, which I'm going to go into lots of detail all about in this episode. But in my role, I work with about 200 or so partners across the state, from libraries to schools to childcare programs to early learning ventures. And I make sure everyone has what they need to be successful with Vroom. So trainings, materials. I do get to do fun things like this and just connect with as many people as I can so they can share Vroom with the families that they work with. So I have a super fun job of connecting with lots of early childhood professionals.
Yeah, that is exciting. That's lots of different organizations there and individuals. So that's really fun to get to have that variety of ECE audience.
Yeah, although I think one of the loveliest things is that every day is not the same,
Yeah.
which
I
is
love
why I'm here today.
that. All right. Thank you. Can you tell us what is Vroom? Can you give us just a quick introduction? I know we'll dive into more as we go through.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, or in short, Vroom is over 1,000 tips or activities. We call them tips. They're little games that can support parents. And really what we're trying to do is to turn everyday moments into brain building moments with these activities. So for example, anything from a diaper change to shopping at the grocery store to a doctor's appointment where you're sitting in the waiting room, to a mealtime when you're at home in the evening or bath time. All these moments that families already have in their daily routine, we're trying to enhance them and create connection and brain building moments. So Vroom provides over 1,000 activities to make those moments count. Is the easiest way to explain it. We have activities from prenatal all the way to the end of age 5. Did I mention it was free? And so when you download, we have an app and an online platform. So when you download Vroom, you can just have access to all of these really cool activities as well. So yeah, it's kind of, for me, it's getting games and activities every day to just enhance my connection with my little baby.
Yeah, that is so cool to have those tools and resources right at your fingertips because, I mean, to make, like you said, those little moments, everyday moments impactful. And just, I mean, as a parent, I'm sure you're going to share about your experience using the app as a parent, but you're busy, you have a lot of things going on, even as an educator. And so to have something that supports you in coming up with how to handle these situations or what can you be doing, I love that. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, and you just said we know parents are busy, and I used to say that
Yeah.
all the time, Rachel. But now as a parent, I'm like, oh, parents are busy, so
Yeah.
you don't want something else to add to your plate. You need
Yeah.
something to just enhance what you're already doing, and those moments that are already existing, and that's exactly what Vroom does. So yeah,
Absolutely. And to have it as an app right at your fingertips, that's super helpful.
yeah.
So you
Mhm.
mentioned in the beginning the organizations that you work with, and then I know you've shared a lot about parents being the users, but can you just tell us a little more? Who is Vroom's target audience?
Yeah, great question. So, um, I actually, before I started even using it as part of my career, I found Vroom when I was working as a Head Start coach. About I think it was about 7 years ago now, and I was using Vroom as that link between the classroom and the home, that continuum of learning. The Vroom tips, the activities are simple, they're play based, they're easy to do. Guess what? You don't need the latest fancy gadgets to brain build. You actually just need what you have around you and yourself. So these tips fit seamlessly into not only the classroom of Head Start, but also it was a way for us to share and send the learning home, and encourage families to play these brain building games as well. So I found it in when I was working professionally in early childhood in a childcare program, and now the audience also is primarily for families. So I'm using it as a first time mum, uh, and I haven't yet met a parent who has told me they have all the answers. They don't need any new ideas. Oh no. I am always welcoming, and my ears are open to any new ideas of how I can play with my baby and keep her entertained. So yeah, I use it every day now at home as well.
I love that. And I love the what you mentioned, bridging the gap between, from the classroom to home and helping to support that continuous learning. That's a really great example there. Can you tell us a little bit about what is new to Vroom, maybe since we last met or just recently?
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's been a couple years since I checked in here. So I said at the beginning we have it's free, so you could, as you're here chatting with, as you're listening to me now, you could use your phone. You can search the app for Vroom, VROOM. It's the orange icon, so you can download it and see what we've got new. But we're always adding to our tip base. So we've definitely got way over 1,000 tips. Some of our latest ones since we last connected is my favorite area is called challenging moments. And I've got a baby, so I'm not quite there yet, but I'm feeling like I might be soon. But the description for challenging moments, the room tips say picky eating, saying no, meltdowns, what's a parent to do. Room tips like these build life skills and strategies to help lessen these challenging moments in the future. So we know we're going to have meltdowns. We know we're going to have challenging times. That's normal. That's part of development. But what we can do is focus and practice some skills to help lessen those moments in the future, so they don't feel so big all the time. So Vroom really focuses in on those executive functioning skills like listening, reasoning skills, and helping children develop those. So we have a whole area, and I'll share my screen in a minute. We have a whole area where you can jump into that area, and share on those. And then most recently, we've had a really cool new area developed for expecting parents and the newborn stage. So these tips are our perinatal content. They've and I say they, I feel like I'll go back and say, when I'm talking about Vroom being this wonderful tool, it's developed by the Bezos Family Foundation, who are based in Seattle, Washington. So here in Denver, Parent Possible is the Vroom activator. So they developed all these wonderful tips. And their latest tips are these expecting tips. And it talks about, we spend a lot of time talking about children's brain development and how they're growing, because we know it's critical in these first few years of life. But when parents, mums and dads, are expecting children, their brains grow and change and adapt too, which is really cool. So they have released a set of tips talking about that and supporting parents in that stage as well, and then in that critical newborn stage with some new tips. So yeah, they've been really fun, and just a new audience again to reach Vroom.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I'm just thinking like it's in these moments, it's almost like having an option to phone a friend, except less work almost. Like you have these research backed
Yeah.
tools right there. I'm thinking of like the challenging moments. You shared the example of like a picky eater or refusing a certain food when you're like, what do I do? And you have support right there, and it's research backed and really easily accessible.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I've not yet found. You can pretty much in the app, what's really cool is you can use a search feature. So like you said, if there was an example where you needed some support with meal times because maybe your kiddo is a little bit of a picky eater, you could
Yeah.
get some ideas. You can search in the search bar in the app from all 1,000 tips to find those specifically, because like you said, you kind of need that help in the moment, and that's how what Vroom is there for.
Yeah, that's so helpful. I You mentioned too about brain building moments. Can you share us an example about how to go about creating a brain building moment using Vroom?
Yeah. There's lots of. I love how you also mentioned Vroom is backed by science, so it was developed by a lot of leading experts. And if you're interested in, there's so much more about Vroom than our quick WhatsApp Wednesday. And if you're interested in any more, I know there's the vroom.org website link is in the description. So please go and investigate all of the science behind Vroom, and what the Bezos Family Foundation have created. But I just wanted to share these brain building moments, right? It's not magic. It's not, teachers aren't keeping it from us. And it's like I said before, it's not the latest fancy gadget, the newest toy that flashes, that makes all the sounds. It's none of that. When I think about a brain building moment, and how I'm creating that, especially, I guess because I have my baby at home, I'm thinking about what we do. But just for example, this morning, when to create a brain building moment, you're really just trying to create a positive engagement opportunity. So obviously our babies need to feel safe and supported. Our children need to feel calm and comfortable, ready to learn in that safe environment. But what we're really trying to do is create those back and forth moments where we can engage with our babies, engage with our children. So just for example, this morning, the game, we were playing a game with these wooden toy pieces, and I was passing one by one the puzzle pieces to my little baby, and she was like, I don't know what she was doing with them. Actually, she was trying to hide them, I think. But then I encouraged her to do it back to me, and so I started bringing them back. So she's quick to figure out I wanted them one by one, and then I started stacking them. And I was using language as, this is the red one, the blue. So I was bringing the language. I was almost narrating the story, and then I gave them back to her, and she stacked only one and one, but she stacked them again. So just those simple little brain building back and forth interactions, and that wasn't even a Vroom tip, but me using Vroom every day is just getting me into the flow of baby has a go, mum has a go. Baby has a turn, I have a turn. So it's really that back and forth interactions. And honestly, it could just be as simple as poking out our tongues and making silly faces. That's also a really fun brain building game as well. And then another thing about these brain building moments that I wanted to say was, they're actually one thing that learned from doing this all the time is that we naturally kind of do it. So Vroom just helps build parents and families' confidence too. Like Vroom will tell me a game and I'll be like, I played a similar game like that last week. So it just kind of gives you that confidence that you're doing it. Those games, those interactions, those little key bits and pieces throughout the day, those are the brain building moments that are all making a really positive difference in our child's brain development. So
Yeah,
it feels
that's so
good to be sure that we're on the right track, right?
it does, yeah. It's that confidence and reassurance. It's almost like a brain building moment for the parent as well.
Yeah. 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 It's like, aha, I'm doing it. I'm doing it too.
And it is, I mean, it's like mimicking or modeling
Yeah.
behavior, right? What you just described, but
Yeah.
to have the Vroom app to make that connection on how it's impactful. I think that that's really helpful to have a tool
Yeah.
that provides that reassurance. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. And every parent, every educator, everyone wants to be reassured that we're getting it right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really great support. So you mentioned you were going to share your screen. Can we take a look to see
Yeah.
what you were going to show
Yeah,
us?
absolutely. So because I keep talking about it, but I just wanted to share one or two fun activities.
Yeah.
And this is what the Vroom app, the website pretty much mirrors the phone app. So what's really nice is everything is in English and Spanish for the app. We do also have 17 other languages that we have Vroom tips in, and they're available on the website, vroom.org. So you can go and explore that. But I just wanted to give a sneak peek
Yeah.
into what I'm talking about. um, so what's really nice, and this is honestly, this is just today. So you can use the app and just go into it and get some ideas. And honestly, this is today's, and I can't wait to play it. This is my little girl's. She's 11 months. So this is the suggested activity today, and it says finger food fun with Madeline. Do you have a muffin tin or an ice tray at home? Take small pieces of Madeline's finger foods and put them in different sections of the tin or tray. Leave some empty spaces so she can move the pieces around and describe out loud what she's doing. Oh, you've moved the cracker over, for example. So that honestly sounds like so much fun. We're going to play it at lunch this afternoon for lunch. And I've honestly, it's such a simple idea, but I've never thought about it until I read it today.
That's what
Which
I'm
is,
thinking reading this too. It is so, I mean, it reminds me of something I would see in the classroom, but I think being at home, yeah, you don't have those same ideas or it might not come to you right away. So this is such a great and doable activity.
activity, and it could take 2 minutes, it might take 10 seconds. Let's see, she might take 10 minutes on it. We're not sure if she's even going to like this.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I've got so much on my mind. I honestly wouldn't be able to think about this or
Yeah.
even think of the idea. And so that's the activity. And what I love about Vroom is every single one comes with a brainy background. So here it says, we really need to know the science, the why behind the activity. It says you're helping your child develop the ability to focus on an object and control their body to achieve a goal. So in this case, we're practicing picking up food. These skills will set them up for successful problem solving later in life. And they are also learning math ideas like space and shape. So yeah, this is just one idea that came up today as I entered the app for this presentation. And I was like, that's so much fun. I can't wait to do that for lunchtime. so yeah, that's just one idea out of 1,000. But I just wanted to pop into this area. This is the tip area. So no matter where I am or what I'm doing, at an appointment, at the store, bedtime routine, here's that challenging moment area I was talking about. Whatever we've got going on in the day, getting dressed, we can go into that area and we can get a Vroom tip on that area. So everything's categorized, everything's organized. Parents can just get into the app, use what they need, find that idea, and then engage with their child. So it's really, really user friendly, super easy to navigate. So this one here is now all about games to play getting dressed. I will let, hopefully that fun game with the finger foods will give everyone an idea to be excited to learn more. But there's also, you can search tips as well. So if you can go by activity, you can also go by skill. So maybe you're thinking, my kiddo's not really listening to me anymore. That's something that probably comes up a lot. So you could come into child skill and click on listening, and now you're going to have room tips that are really supporting those listening skills to play with your child as well. So there's a lot of different ways you can find all of these activities. As I'm having fun, I push favorites, so I heart them, so I can remember them as well. But honestly, when you play little games and then you have fun with your child, you just kind of remember, and then you do it again and again, which is even better because we know repetition's key for brain building. So yeah, come and have a little look. There's really a tip for every single minute of the day. We can change any time into a brain building time. And then I just also wanted to share in the account area, this is where you can add children. You can add a classroom if you're a teacher. You can add all your children if you're a mama or a dad or a grandparent. Really, anyone can use Vroom. This is where you can change the language from English to Spanish right here. And then for children, these are just all the example children I have. We asked for a child's profile because we really want to get a birth date. The birth date then helps us give families developmentally aged appropriate tips. So what would be suitable for a baby is definitely, we would have a different type of tip for a 5-year-old, for example. So it's really nice. It's going to flow with you through these early years as well. So
you answered my question. I was going to ask if the tips were based on the child's age. That's really cool. This has me excited, and I'm not a parent, but I'm an auntie, and like I could call my sister with tips and fun.
Yeah. Yes. If you find a nice one, send it and say, try this at bath time.
Yeah.
The last thing I just wanted to mention with this app is that I have there's an area where you can just set up notifications. So because we all have a lot of apps on our phones. So what's really nice for me is I have an activity come to my phone every day at 11:30 in the morning. It's a nice time for me just to check my phone. I'm at work, so I don't mind seeing my phone flash, and then I get that idea, and then I can do it later on. So yeah, I don't have to even remember that I have the app. So that's been really handy too.
That is, yeah, that's really helpful. Well, thank you so much for showing us a sneak peek. And I hope as well that just seeing this kind of gets those gears turning and encourages anyone watching this to go and download the app or to share. Maybe, like I said, if you're not a parent yourself, but look at some of those activities and share with your family, friends, those you support.
Yeah, for sure. Or when you're looking after your family members and you need ideas.
Yeah, that too. All right. Well, before we wrap up here, Lucy, can you just tell us a little bit about Parent Possible and the work that you guys do in Colorado?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously I talk all about Vroom, and I get that very fortunate job to share Vroom all day long. And we call ourselves the state anchor for Vroom here in Colorado to get the word out. We also at Parent Possible are the state office for 2 home visiting programs. PAT, which is Parents as Teachers, and HIPPY, Home Instruction for Parents of Preschool Youngsters. And I know we don't have the space and time to talk about that here, but if you're interested in learning more about our nonprofit and how we support the community here in Colorado, please go to the website. And I know Rachel will have that in the description as well, parentpossible.org. And you can learn a little bit more about our home visiting programs and how they work as well.
Perfect. Thank you. And I know you said that you guys are the Vroom anchor for Colorado, but I understand Vroom is available outside of Colorado as well. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe someone who's watching and is in another state, how they would go about accessing these materials?
Yeah, absolutely. So here in Colorado, we've if you want to be part of our network and you're new to Vroom, you can contact me. My email is going to be again in the description, lucy@parentpossible.org, and we can offer you support with trainings, materials, and lots of fun Vroom things. But Vroom isn't just in Colorado. The Bezos Family Foundation is actually a global tool, and it's definitely nationwide here in America. So if there's anyone listening from outside of Colorado who would like to learn, if they have some state activators too in their states, they can also, I'm happy to connect them. So if they want to just get in touch with me, I can research who would that be in their individual states and make sure that we get them in the right contacts there.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lucy. And thank you so much for joining us again today. It was so great to have you back and get to learn about Vroom. Again, if somebody is maybe just watching this episode for the first time or get to hear what's new and happening, it was really great to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Rachel. It was nice to see you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everyone joining us today, and we will see you next time. Bye.